next race, cars are brought back to the home garage for fine-tuning. During the race, the drivers felt the engines were down on power and not using their full potential. The engineers test the cars on the shop's dynamometer, or dyno.
This is our chassis dynamometer. What this does is it measures the horsepower and torque relative to the actual drum speed which the rear tires roll on.
The M3's wheels spin the drum, simulating on-track acceleration in a controlled environment.
So what we do is we do a lot of development work on the exhaust and such to better tune the power output of the motor.
Before the first race at Daytona, team mechanics removed portions of the exhaust system to increase horsepower and reduce the weight of the car.
We want the lightest package we can get, but we also want it to function the best it can. So we removed the catalytic converters. We took the mufflers off, and this in and of itself should give us more power because you have a better exhaust flow. Theoretically, it's not restricted, so we would assume it would be a gain.
The dyno results show a different outcome. The free-flowing exhaust has actually reduced engine output by 10 horsepower.
The engine is basically an air pump. How much air can we move through this motor, add fuel to that quantity of air, light the spark when it's on top of the piston, and move it out the exhaust pipe.
Making more power means getting more air into the engine. But to get more air in, you first got to move the exhaust gases out. One would expect bigger pipes to let out more exhaust, but that's not the way it worked in this case. They decide to try something counterintuitive, a smaller diameter pipe.
The engine has pistons, and there's 8 pistons going up and down, and it's pumping air out. It's not a constant flow. They come in pulses. The pulses might flow better through a smaller diameter tube than a larger diameter tube. They lose their velocity in a larger diameter tube, and velocity is what you're after to help draw the other pulses through.
We want to try to make the most efficient exhaust system that we can without hurting the power. So experimentation is all you can do. Try different exhaust things, put it on the chassis dyno, and see if it was a gain or a loss.
With the narrower exhaust pipes installed, the BMW goes back on the dyno for testing.
I think some of the changes that we made are pretty favorable. We're seeing some gains here and there and actually flatten out the torque curve some, so I think it's going to help us while we're on track.
As the season gets underway, Fall Line's pit stops are taking less time. The cars are consistently finishing in the top 10. But halfway into the season, Fall Line has yet to score a single first-place victory.
Well, the whole point of racing is to finish first. And after that will be to be consistent and finish the best you can on a regular basis. Because you can win a championship and not necessarily ever win a race.
They may not need a first-place victory, but everyone at Fall Line wants one. It's the 6th race of the season.